Love takes a long time to die. I still dream about my ex, and we broke up years ago. I think it was Carl Jung who said that dreams have a compensatory quality, that they balance out how we think during the day, and maybe there's some truth to that. I wonder, does my ex dream about me? Maybe I'll ask him if I ever see him again. Maybe not, though. We were together for 4 years. I don't count the last because he'd already left me. Only I didn't know it at the time. Everybody else knew, but not me. I suppose it's the nature of betrayal to hurt all the way, and all the retrospective realizations. Betrayal is the gift that keeps giving. I should have known that night we went to the cinema. What was the movie again? Can't remember. I've blocked it out. It was something he'd been wanting to see. I was working as a waitress at the time. I had to get a taxi. It was raining. I was late. Not majorly late, just 10 or 15 minutes. When I arrived, he was nowhere to be seen. I thought maybe he'd gone in without me. I didn't know what to do. I was hurt and angry. I thought about going home. Should have. But I didn't want the night to be ruined. The movie had already started by the time I went in. I had to wait at the back to let my eyes adjust to the dark. He was sitting down the front with a couple of friends and their girlfriends. He'd bought me popcorn. He knew I'd follow him in. I talked to him about it on the way home. Tried to explain that I couldn't help being late. He said, "I kept you a seat, didn't I?" I kept you a seat. Should have known then. But I always try to see the best in people. Maybe I'm naive and I don't see them coming. Is this a lifelong affliction? Am I to be constantly green? Or will I get hurt sufficiently at one time as to become hardened, cynical, angry? Given the choice between gullibility and hatred, I don't know which is worse. I meet someone now and get ahead of myself. I fast forward through time, telescoping an imagined future into an instant. Our first meal, our first kiss, moving in together, our first fight, followed by the inevitable succession of gradual disappointments. I've broken up with people I've never talked to. I've loved people I've never even met. Fast forward through time and imagine my own future, dying alone and childless in some B&B surrounded by dusty ceramic tat and kitsch paintings. No one to cry over me. No one to carry my coffin. No one to lower me into the grave. I used to take piano lessons with an old widow. One day she took the time to explain to me why she didn't have any children. She explained that she had postponed it to pursue her career, but she had always wanted a large family. But it was too late. At the time, I thought it sad that she felt the need to explain to me her situation, to somehow have to justify being childless. As I get older, I realize she wasn't talking about herself. She was talking about me. I now realize that there were times in my life that should have been shared. Look back through boyfriends, realize there was a couple of keepers in there. Just didn't know it at the time. One old boyfriend had a code for I love you. He used to say 3, 2, 1. 3 words, 2 people, 1 idea. Which I dismissed as... Now the thought of him saying it just makes me sad. I wonder where he is, what he's up to. Maybe I'll track him down someday and sit in his living room and we can reminisce about old times, while I fight the urge to explain to his children why I have none of my own.